Rose is coming back. Isn't that good?
I don't know, to be honest. Also, my voice is completely screwed. I've been ill, so ignore the husky voice. I'm not far off sounding like a Dalek right now. Like and subscribe. I'd be lying if there wasn't a brief moment that I panicked that he'd regenerated into Bonnie Blue. Somebody said this is basically white shit. Doctor Who just had a shocking conclusion to its current season. Not only did Ncuti Gatwa leave the show unannounced, despite it being rumoured, he also regenerated into Billie Piper. Piper? Barely know her. That's right, the very same who played famous Doctor Who companion Rose Tyler from 2005 to 2009-ish. Then there's also that part where she came back in Day of the Doctor as Bad Wolf.
I chose this face and form especially for you. It's from your past. Possibly your future. I always get those two mixed up. I think I'm called Rose Tyler. No. Yes, no, sorry. No, in this form, I'm called Bad Wolf.
But anyway, you get the point. Doctor Who these days is divisive enough and under a microscope more than ever with its viewership numbers and creative decisions. So this really took the biscuit. In Marvel terms, this is like if Doctor Doom was in an Avengers movie and removed his mask only to reveal Robert Downey Jr. That'd never happen. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh my God, it's Robert Downey Jr.
Billie Piper coming back even made the news.
And finally, a new Doctor Who appears to have been revealed, and it's none other than the Time Lord's former companion, Billie Piper.
In this video, we're going to be looking at the internet's reaction to this huge Doctor Who development. But listen, I've been a huge Doctor Who fan since I was a child, and I've even made some Doctor Who content on this channel. Check that out, by the way. I've linked the playlist in the video description below. I still enjoy the Doctor Who of today. I watch it first thing on Saturday morning when it drops on iPlayer, or the evening it's on. Still kind of the highlight of my Saturday, to be honest. But I'm just not emotionally invested like I used to be, to the point where I get that mad about the stuff that they do. Like, I'm very much just along for the ride. And I imagine that's how others feel about franchises that they don't necessarily enjoy the direction of anymore. When I enjoy an episode or a storyline, it's great. But when they do something controversial, I also kind of just love the internet meltdown that comes with it. So it's a win-win.
I see this as an absolute win.
I roll my eyes at the woke shit the same way I reckon most of us do. And Jodie Whittaker's era, I honestly thought sucked for the most part. Like, nothing against her, I just thought the storylines and the writing was just god-awful. But I really liked Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor, and I'm genuinely sad he's not going to be the Doctor anymore. I think he only had like 17, 18 episodes, which is actually crazy when you think about it. Doctor Who's Ncuti Gatwa, I'd be so angry if I never get to face a Dalek. What on earth would be the point of me being in Doctor Who without facing a Dalek? Well, I guess there's no point anymore. There's rumours of behind-the-scenes problems which led to his departure, which we'll cover later in this video and maybe debunk it, we'll see. I enjoyed this season for the most part, although does anybody else feel like Russell T Davies just watched WandaVision and Loki and like kind of meshed his ideas from that? Like, he created Wishworld and the Time Hotel because of Wanda's Hex and the TVA, right? Like, might be a stretch, but even Lux reminded me a lot of Miss Minutes. Maybe that's the Disney effect. I mean, they aren't exactly known for making new, fresh content these days, are they? Even another potential Marvel copycat may have happened with a Billie Piper theory that we'll get to in a little bit. I actually don't think she's playing the Doctor, and we will get to those theories that are floating around, and I think there's a few that make sense. But the truth is that Billie Piper's return just speaks to the larger point, that this show clearly has to rely on shock factor and nostalgia bait to get viewers back these days. But I'd be lying if it said it doesn't work on me. I completely willingly take the bait, and I'm a Billie Piper fan. I really like her. I think she's a top-class actor. So I actually kind of like this a lot. I'm excited to see where it goes. Whoa, whoa, back off. Back off, I'm allowed my opinion.
Back, please, back. I warn you.
In Star Wars terms, this is like if Darth Vader randomly came back, but when he takes off the helmet, it's actually Mace Windu. Instead of, oh, hello, it's just Samuel Jackson going, motherfuck, when the 16th Doctor tri-generates into Freeman and Catherine. Oh, God, delete this before Russell T Davies sees it. We're getting reports that the border between Sweden and Norway has moved. Just saying. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Post momentum, man. I think you're onto something there. Didn't even think of that. 17th Doctor, Joe Martin. 18th, Bonnie Langford. 19th, David Tennant, of course. 20th, Katie Manning. 21st, Matt Smith. 22nd, Alex Kingston. 23rd, Paul McGann. 24th, and Ncuti Gatwa. Give him a second series.
Give him another series, you swine.
Yeah, give me another series, you shit.
25th, Varada Sethu. 26th, Nick Briggs. 27th, K9. Oh, God. Be amazed if the show's still going by the time we get to the 27th. I'll be amazed if it's still going to even see the 16th at this point. I think you're missing a few David Tennants here. I did like that joke they made in the finale about David Tennant always coming back. That was fun.
How are you here?
I know, I shouldn't be here at all.
I'm surprised it's not the other guy. He is always turning up.
I have pictures from the future of the 23rd Doctor. Her return looms. Oh no, I actually quite like her. Like, she annoys the hell out of me, but I like her. You know what I mean? It would be interesting as well. What the hell would she say if she's... What the hell is that username?
What the hell?
The nation gasped. Honestly, I'd have loved to seen the reaction, like Gogglebox style. I imagine it was a mix of like this.
Man, I lost it! Yeah, what are you doing, Dad?
Oh, we do actually have a Cinemas reaction. Just gotta say quickly, seeing Doctor Who in the cinema for like big episodes, so freaking cool, by the way. I saw Peter Capaldi's first episode in the cinema and it made it so much more fun. I think that's why that episode holds a special place in my two hearts. The 14th Doctor, when the 16th Doctor pulls up at Donna's house to say hello. They're gonna do that. There's no way they're not gonna have an episode of like the two Doctors and it's Billy Piper and David Tennant again. There's no way. I mean, that's gonna be like a Christmas special or something, probably in 2029 at this point. As what? Introducing Billy Piper as what? They haven't credited Billy as 16, hold the line. Honestly, this is a thing that's been floating around quite a lot. So I'm glad they put the examples up here, and this person also added in John Hurt and Joe Martin. Everyone new who comes in, they always give them the introducing as the Doctor, as you can see here. Billy Piper didn't get that. We just got introducing Billy Piper. Now, there's rumors that because this was such a last minute like reshoot thing, they might have just forgot. But obviously a lot of people thinking, well, hang on, maybe she's not actually the Doctor then. And I know you're thinking, but we just literally saw him regenerate into her. Well, as this person has pointed out, it's allowing themselves wiggle room. I think this is absolutely spot on of what they're doing. And I'll read you what Super TV has said here, which I think kind of sums the whole thing up nicely. I actually don't think anything drastically wrong went on behind the scenes at Doctor Who. I don't think Ncuti is entirely lying when he says this was always the plan either. He's obviously said that it was always the plan to have 2 seasons as him as the Doctor. A lot of people don't believe that.
It was always the plan. You know it's going to happen when you get cast. You're like, I'm going to have to hand this baton over one time. It's all going to come to an end.
In my opinion, it's fairly obvious the written contractual plan was 2 seasons. And while they hoped to do more, filmed endings leading it possible to do more, Disney hit the brakes on a renewal and the BBC are holding out. Something which Ncuti himself, an up-and-coming in-demand actor, simply can't do. So they waited as long as they could, then changed the ending to fit his departure. It's a shame, he was fantastic, agreed, but that's it, it's not that deep. I think that's more than likely. I think there's been a lot of issues with Disney obviously not happy with the viewing figures or how the show has been perceived. You think that's something they'd be used to at the moment anyway? I mean, it's a hell of a lovely glass house to throw in these stones from, but it's still true nonetheless. So I think that's more than likely. I don't think Ncuti, obviously he wasn't like fired or asked to leave, and I don't think it was necessarily his decision to leave. I think if the show was renewed immediately and the schedule worked out better, I think he would have happily done a 3rd season, obviously to fight the Daleks and all that stuff, probably all the stuff with Susan. But I think a lot of this season was hastily redone. But I do think the original plan, there were a lot of rumors, especially with those leaks, that it was going to fade to black when he regenerated and we weren't going to see what was going to happen. I do think the Billy Piper thing was added in for that wiggle room. Russell T Davies probably doesn't even 100% know what he's going to do to explain that. He's probably going to use one of these theories. He'll just claim that was the plan all along. But the finale was pretty messy in places, and I think definitely signs of reshoots and a bit of a rush job going on there. Fun fact, there was more time between this announcement and his appearance in The Giggle than he was the Doctor for. That is crazy. When you talk about timey-wimey stuff, that is crazy. That's tragic as well, man, when you think about it. My theory, pushing the regeneration energy via the heart of the TARDIS caused the Doctor to take on the appearance of the last person who held its power, Rose Tyler. I fully subscribe to this idea. You flesh that out, I think that's your answer. But this person's got a different idea and said, just formulated this theory that this could be the Marvels-esque situation, and Rose and the Doctor swap places, so now 15 is stuck in Rose's universe. Again, like the other person pointed out with the whole gap between Norway and stuff, maybe there's something in that. There's a lot of ways. It's Doctor Who. There's a lot of ways you can just make something up and make this work. I mean, you've got a character like the Master who's died a million times and just come back without ever explaining it. I know it's a running gag, but it's Doctor Who, you know? It's broken its own canon a million times. And even if the solution's dumb, they're going to give you one. I mean, the funniest thing would be if they just never mention it ever. What a day on Twitter that would be.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Christopher Eccleston's wish came true. Oh, yeah.
Russell T Davies is coming back, right?
Yeah, which that's exciting.
And who's going to be his Doctor? I think he should be Billy Piper, actually.
Yes! Yes!
There's your Doctor. And I'd like to see you all struggle with it. How can she be the Doctor when she was an assistant? I like the idea of it blowing fuses in the cannon, or whatever it's called. No, this cannot. Dissonance.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
There's that other famous clip as well, which I saw a lot of people saying this is how they felt after the finale.
Sack Russell T Davies, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and I'll come back. So can you arrange that?
Billy Piper's awkward face. Do you think she knows she's the next Doctor in this moment, do you think? I knew this would happen because it was leaked online. Just in case you wanted to know, every single leak was correct the whole time. Yes. There was a guy who leaked what had happened weeks ago. He said who Mrs. Flood was. He gave so many specific details. He mentioned, I'm not sure I actually mentioned Billy Piper. He must have done. But he did mention the regeneration, mentioned Susan, all that stuff, Omega. I'll link it below. It's on Reddit. All of the leaks. He got it all right.
And what happens, you might wonder? Oh, what happens to that mysterious traveler in time and space known as the Doctor? I'm sorry to say his story ends in absolute terror.
I mean, didn't really though, did it? Skipped a 2-part finale the next year. She makes one sandwich. Oh man. Well, hey, she's still out there, you know. Maybe she'll come back. What happens with her? Can she regenerate, and is she gonna turn into the bi-regenerated version, I guess? Or can you be the next? How does that work? So like, is Russell T Davies ever going to explain why the Rani was terrorizing Sharon Watts?
Do you hear me? You must give up. Go on, Sharon. Go on. Give up. Go on. That's it, baby. Give up. Go on.
I hope the fact that she escaped means the door is fully left open for this diva to return. Yeah, I love Anita Dobson, man. Like, again, we joked about her just, you know, only making a sandwich and stuff, but they really did underutilize her, in my opinion. Also, how bad is it that I'm not fed up with the mystery woman thing? Like, I can't get enough of a mystery character who keeps appearing in Doctor Who. Like, who is this boss gonna be? We're all gonna get excited like it's the Trickster or something. Or everyone will say it's Clara, which is basically Doctor Who's version of Mephisto in Marvel. It's gonna be hyped up anyway, just to be the Master again. At this point, it's gonna be the Master, but played by David Tennant. That's a point, actually. If a Time Lord can choose their face, why hasn't the Master, or I guess even the Rani, changed their face to one of the old Doctors just to mess with them? Or even the current Doctor? Like, imagine just Tuan Ncuti Gatwas just confusing everyone. Like, I'm the Doctor. No, I'm the Doctor. Obviously, I know the real world reason. I'm just talking about the in-universe reason. Like, when you think about it, the Master probably didn't need to create the whole Harold Saxon persona. He could have just made himself like whoever the Prime Minister was and then replaced them. I don't know. Is that a stupid idea? There's probably an obvious reason someone's going to take great delight being like passively aggressively debunking that in the comments to me. I digress. Anyway, sorry. The way Ruby just completely disappeared after reality was reset by the Doctor. Did they just erase her? Like, bro didn't even say goodbye to her before regenerating. Like, what the fuck? He didn't give a shit about her. It was so weird. Like, she saved it. It wasn't for her. She saved the world so many times. Maybe he's just jealous. I don't know. Even more for the theory that this season was written with Ruby in mind. Yeah, especially with that scene with space babies as well.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm so sorry. But we are not your mummy and daddy. I wish we were.
But that was weird. He never said goodbye to her. And even if like Billy Piper's doctor has a scene with her, it's not the same, you know? It's not her doctor. I know I've been critical of Russell T Davies too, but credit where it's due. We've got some pretty impressive variety in the finale so far. Honestly, God, when you put it side by side like that too, that's so bad. They all involved a remake of an old classic villain, even though it was just soft rebooted for new viewers to understand. Russell T Davies 1 finales: The Game Station, Canary Wharf, The Valiant, The Crucible Vault, Naismith Manor. RTD 2 finales: Unit. Like me on Tinder. Unit. Oh, that just earned a dislike from a few people. Pisses me off that all the setup with the two Ranis and Omega is dealt with in about 10 minutes to give space to wrap up Nshuti's tenure. Also, no actual Susan reunion. What are we doing here? What are we doing with that? What the Susan thing? What the hell? They teased it for like 2 seasons, had her appear in this one, and then she doesn't even show up for the finale or it's ever mentioned again. Like, this is why I feel like there must have been rewrites or reshoots or something. Like, what the hell was that about? Like, what does she mean, find me? Like, are we ever going to acknowledge that? Point of view asking Doctor Who to finish the Susan setup.
Well,
I wonder how many Susan is the boss theories there are now. So instead of half an hour fighting Omega and the Rani, they gave us half an hour of Poppy from Space Babies. That face is perfect, honestly. Yeah, that was weird. There's so much they could have used that time for. Like, it's for a character I really didn't give a shit about. What's wrong, babe? You've barely touched your tiramisu. Oh, that's brilliant. I'd be really interested to see what you guys think of this take, because I feel like there's a lot of good points in here. Never has there been a more wasted character in this show than Belinda Chandra. She actually somehow regressed as a character from the beginning of the series, despite having absolutely no agency or presence in every story since The Well. Ncuti himself has been overshadowed and underused every turn by RTD, given no chance to prove himself as the Doctor, and now he's leaving after only 16 stories. Oh my God, has it only been 16 actually? His introduction was about David Tennant, and now his exit is about Billy Piper. RTD has entirely ruined this show since his return, simply because he refuses to let go of the glory days. It's pathetic. I really do wish that Belinda and the 15th Doctor got more time together. I think they had a great dynamic, and I love how she challenged the Doctor in those early episodes. And she was a companion who had like that sort of genuine fire in her belly and was very no-nonsense, you know? I think there was a lot more potential between those two. Anyway, my voice is completely gone now, so we're going to leave it there. Let me know what you thought on all this, my friends. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, share this video with your Doctor Who fan pals. I can't speak anymore. I'll see you in the next one.
I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know, call me selective.